Hello and welcome back to EJ Brad and Kai. I am EJ Brad and this is your concierge tip of the week. So I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And we're going to talk about something that's kind of cool today. We're talking about bringing your pets on vacation. So, there's a lot of people that like to bring their pets with them on vacation, especially if you don't have a place for them to go and you're going on a long vacation, or you just have an emotional attachment to your pet. And there are other reasons that you would bring your pet as well. So we're going to talk about all of those things today, and we're going to talk about things that you might not know about when you're going to a hotel to check in with your pet. All right? So one of the first things that you must do is you must always find a hotel that is pet friendly. You have to go to a hotel that says they are pet friendly. And you may have to call around to find that actual place because some of them might not be listed directly. You have to go to their website to find out. It might not be listed when you go in a hotel, but it should be. So a lot of pet-friendly hotels are usually your extended stay ones, like Residence Inn, Homewood Suites, Home 2 Suites, Fairfield Inn and Suites, things like those kind of hotels, Extended Stay America, those are ones that would be pet-friendly. So make sure that you find one that is pet-friendly, that accepts pets. Now, also, pet fees. There's always a fee attached to when you have your pet. So you want to make sure that you're prepared for paying a fee. And those fees can range anywhere from $50 to $100. And that is per stay, so not per pet. A lot of people think that it's per pet, but it's actually per the stay. So if you're staying, no matter whether it's 2 days or 10 days, it is one pet fee. Now, what does that pet fee mean? It is non-refundable. And why is it non-refundable? Because when you check out, that means that they have to clean the room, sanitize the room, they have to treat the room, as far as like for any type of fleas or, when you have a pet, you never know what your pet has on its fur. You have to get all the fur and everything out of the carpets. They do a deep cleaning and usually that room stays out for about 24 to 48 hours. So that is usually a cleaning fee, that pet fee. So just keep in mind, be prepared to pay a pet fee. Also, the number of pets that you can have in your room is usually a maximum of 2 pets. And the weight size or capacity is usually under 50 pounds per pet. So can't bring a big Great Dane, although I have seen a hotel that took one. But, and sometimes those rules bend a little bit depending on the hotel. But make sure that, you're bringing the right size pets. And then some hotels only want small pets. Now, what kind of pets, you ask? Now, of course, most of the times it is a dog, but also cats are welcome as well. So I've known, places where I've worked where they had cats. So, and cats are usually quiet, so that's a good thing. The one thing about dogs that people don't realize, especially the person bringing the dog, is that when you leave to go to work or go out someplace and you leave your dog in your room, then it seems to be a little noisy because they're homesick. They don't know the environment, so to speak, and they get a little scary, and so they're barking at every sound that they hear. So everything that they hear, they're barking at, and they're disturbing guests sometimes. So just keep that in mind too. But that's not for every pet. I'm not speaking for every pet, so just keep that in mind. Also, we want to talk about the ADA compliances. So there are emotional support animals, and there's also your service animals. So service animals are usually for people who are disabled, who have trouble getting around, who might be blind or deaf, or have some other type of physical disability or mental disability. So they need a pet to help them navigate through the world. So those are usually called service pets, and those do not have a fee attached to them. So if you have a service pet, you have your paperwork, then, or you have something that says that you have a service animal, and usually, especially with dogs, you'll know that it's a service animal because they would have like a harness on or something, and of course they'll be on a leash, and they're usually very well behaved because they're trained for that certain individual. So there's no fee attached to a service pet. Now, emotional support pets. Now, although those are in compliance with ADA, believe it or not, a lot of hotels do not consider an emotional support animal as a service animal or as a animal that you don't have to pay a fee. So a lot of people get confused with that, and a lot of people try to get away with not paying the fee by saying, oh yeah, this is my emotional support pet. Well, usually the waived fee is for service animals only in hotels. So just keep that in mind when you're traveling. Also, to you sneaky people out there who try to bring your pets, put them in your purse, the little toy dogs and things like that. A lot of times it's hard to keep that quiet because your dog will at some point bark. At some point the housekeeper will notice it, and tell the front desk that, hey, there is a pet in this room. So, and then you'll be charged a fee. So just keep that in mind. Also, too, when you're getting housekeeping, I think it's wise not to have housekeeping during your stay unless you're there for like a long period of time. Just request your towels, whatever. But if you are going to have your room clean, make sure that your animal is contained. So either in a cage like for dogs, in a carrier for cats, because you never know if that housekeeper is allergic or scared of dogs. If a dog is barking, the dog might feel threatened. You don't want anyone being risked getting bit. Those things are things to consider when you want people entering your room to clean your room. So just keep that in mind as well when you're traveling with your pets, because you want this to be a good experience for you, your pets, and of course the associates at the hotel. All right, so we're going to talk about COVID-19 and pets. So believe it or not, there have been cases around the world where there have been dogs that have COVID-19. They have a case of what they call animal COVID. So that is something to keep in mind. And it's been reported recently, although you wouldn't have this as a pet in a hotel, it has been reported recently here in Atlanta at the Atlanta Zoo that there are several gorillas that have COVID-19. So, just be careful also when traveling with your pets, because if they have COVID, I don't know if it can be transmitted from animal to human, but you always want to be careful, all right? So just want to talk briefly about that because I don't know if people know that, but it is true. Also, the next thing we're going to talk about are rules of walking your dog. Because you really don't walk cats, so we're going to talk about dogs. So when you're walking your dog, your dog has to go out and get some fresh air, has to use the bathroom. It's always good for a dog to get out at some point instead of being confined in a room all day. So once you get home from your work or from having fun in the city, you want to walk your dog. Now, a lot of hotels will have designated areas for you to walk your dog, and they'll also have like their bags and for you to scoop the poop after your dog has done his business. So just always ask the front desk personnel where the designated walking area is. And then some hotels, depending on where they're located, will have like grassy areas or a park close by where you can go and you can walk your dog. So always make sure that you ask before just venturing out, okay? Next thing we're going to talk about is noise complaints. All right, so we talked a little bit about the dogs barking, but keep in mind you do not want to disturb your fellow guests that are staying there, also your neighbors that are around you. So one thing that I suggest is finding a corner room, either by a stairwell or a room close to the elevator, like one of the first rooms. So that way you can go in and out easily And then you're usually not disturbing too many people when you're in those rooms, because if you're way at the end or you're at the very first room, it's easy for you to move in and out. And then the dog is usually not heard if they're in the back corner room, because that room is usually isolated anyway. So it's always good, in my opinion, to have a room that is away from as many guests as possible, especially in the full and sold out situations where the hotel is completely sold out. All right, and we're going to talk next about pet-friendly hotels. Now, along with pet-friendly hotels, there are some hotels that have like little treats for pets, like cat treats and dog treats, dog biscuits. When they come in, and the agent will give your pet, ask you first if it's okay, and give the pet a biscuit or a treat, or give the cat a treat. They have water bowls sometimes at certain hotels. And I know one particular hotel, Hotel Indigo, which is that brand, I believe it's IHG, I'm not sure, but Hotel Indigo, they have pet socials. Now, I'm not sure if they had them since COVID, but they had pet socials where they would actually have a social for your pets. You bring your pets down, they have little treats, they have like little music, you communicate with other pet owners. It's something that's unique to their brand, so I think that's kind of cool. And I just want to always remind everybody to make sure that you care for your pets while you're on vacation, because even though you're on vacation, your pet is also on vacation. So you want to make sure that they have a good time as well, and not just be confined to the room all the time. So just want to make sure that your pet has an enjoyable experience as well. So just wanted to give you some tips today about traveling with your pets on vacation, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a hindrance or something like, oh, I had to care of my pet because I had no one else to care for them. You want it to be an experience for everyone, okay? So that is my segment today for bringing your pets on vacation, all right? Make sure you love those animals. Be safe out there. Thank you for watching EJ, Brad, and Kai. We have our Concierge Tip of the Week every Sunday, so make sure you watch next Sunday, and our regular videos on Mondays and Fridays. Make sure you catch RB2G's music also on all the musical platforms. That is Kai's musical name, so make sure that you listen out for his music. And he has a lot out there, and he has a couple videos as well. So make sure you catch all of that. It is awesome. All right, guys. We love you. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Wait, hold on 1 minute. You're not done yet. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And also follow us on Instagram and Twitter.